CEO and the Director of Airwing Academy, to welcome you all in this valuable webinar.
Thank you, Sudhi. Good morning to all. Airwing Academy career webinar like everkum swagatham. Airwing Academy 18th academic year like എത്തി നിൽക്കുകയാണ്. കോവിഡ് മഹാമാരിയുടെ പിടിയിൽ നിന്നും എയർ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി ഉണർവിന്റെ പാതയിലേക്ക് കടന്നിരിക്കുകയാണ്. വരും വർഷങ്ങളിൽ ധാരാളം അവസരങ്ങൾ ഈ മേഖലയിൽ ഉണ്ടാകുമെന്നാണ് വിദഗ്ധ പഠനങ്ങൾ പറയുന്നത്. ഇന്ന് നമ്മോടൊപ്പം ഉള്ളത് ശ്രീ വിജയഭൂഷൺ സാറാണ്. ലോകത്തിലെ തന്നെ നമ്പർ 1 എയർലൈനായ എമിറേറ്റ്സ് എയർലൈനിന്റെ തിരുവനന്തപുരം സർവീസസ് മാനേജറാണ്. ഈ രംഗത്ത് പതിറ്റാണ്ടുകളുടെ പരിചയ സമ്പത്തുള്ള വ്യക്തിത്വമാണ് ശ്രീ വിജയഭൂഷൺ സാർ. ഇന്ത്യക്കകത്തും വിദേശത്തുമുള്ള എയർപോർട്ടുകളിൽ ജോലി ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. മുൻപ് ജെറ്റ് എയർവേസിലും സേവനം അനുഷ്ഠിച്ചു. അദ്ദേഹത്തെ ഈ വെബിനാറിലേക്ക് സ്നേഹാദരങ്ങളോടെ ഞാൻ സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യട്ടെ. ഇന്ന് ഈ വെബിനാറിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കുന്ന എല്ലാവരെയും സ്നേഹത്തോടെ എയർവിംഗ് അക്കാദമിക്ക് വേണ്ടി ഞാൻ ഈ വെബിനാറിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം ചെയ്യുന്നു. അടുത്തതായി ശ്രീ വിജയഭൂഷൺ സാറിനെ വെബിനാറിൽ നമ്മെ അഭിസംബോധന ചെയ്യാനായി ഞാൻ സാദരം ക്ഷണിക്കട്ടെ.
Good morning all. Thank you, Mr. Prasanna Kumar sir, and thank you, Airwing Academy. It's my pleasure, and I'm happy to be here on this first ever webinar. And I'm also joining for the first time in a webinar where an institute is or an academy is involved. So here, the topic today is aviation and hospitality industry, and its opportunity. That's I understand the Airwing Academy wants to do a webinar on hospitality and aviation industry and its opportunities. That's how I've been told, and I believe it should be that one. Now, basically, if we look at it, we as an airline, after the COVID, 2 years of COVID, and this is the first time, and last 2 months, we are coming to the normal occasion. And we believe that by another 6 months to 1 year time, we will able to reach the pre-COVID level. The domestic airlines have already reached, and international airlines will take some more time because there are many other countries are involved in this one, and there are many other regulations we have to overcome before we completely there is a serious shortage of manpower in all areas. It's a global issue what we are facing right now. We have enough passengers to fly, but unfortunately there's a serious shortage of manpower in all areas, be it a regulatory body, be it an airline, be it a airport authority. So this is what we have seen across last 1.5 months when the government of India has opened, and globally all airlines have started flying on trying to fly into normal conditions. So let me stop here on this point about the aviation and the present condition. The topic is, what are the opportunities available in this aviation industry and hospitality industry? So let us go back to I would like to say about a word that is Atithi Devo Bhava, which is a guest is a god, and this is what this action is taken from. It says guest is god, and our guest should be treated as a god. So in this aviation and the hospitality industry, this caption is very, very important. And it because when you think, because when we say God, the God gives all of God gives you everything which you want, and basically, and your guest or your customer is the God, because he is going to give whatever you are going to have it in our. I'd like to start this webinar on to all the participants who have been in this platform, saying that this guest is very important for us, and we believe it is going to be long lasting. When I say hospitality and aviation, the hospitality aviation is not a new topic, a new subject which has to be discussed. This has a very long historical importance. If we look aviation, and I would like to take all in this platform to the Ramayana, where Pushpaka Vimana has been used by the Ravana to use his own requirements. And this is what the aviation starts. It has centuries and thousands of years old. So be it the centuries have changed, but the topic is the same. Similarly, hospitality also has a very long thing which goes back to historical timing. So at that time, it was similar requirement and thing. Now, the modern world, like we say, it's a modern world. Every time a modern world has been evolved from the existing. Today, what we are in a generation, and the new generation with what we say the coming maybe 10 years, 20 years later. But a change might happen at that time. So this is what we are looking at it. But this, both hospitality and aviation are there in time memorial. So when we come back to that main topic, in 19th century, the indulgence of luxury evolution of hospitality industry started. And 20th century, beginning of the modern hospitality, and 21st century, we have many hotels and all have started. So this is what we would like to say about it. Now, when we say aviation, people think that it is, people and most of the common man think that it is a pilot or a air hostess. These are the two categories of people in aviation have been generally common person think when we talk of airline. But airline has a lot of things which we need to offer, or a lot of positions, a lot of opportunities offer. When we look at it, is start from the safety aspect, security aspect, and as well as regulatory aspect, airport operator aspect. So the opportunities are immense. And if you look at it, the 21st century, if you look the ecosystem or the economic ecosystem of aviation, it is very big. It controls almost all many industries into that one. Industrial revolution has also impacted in the aviation industry. So when we look at it as a job opportunity, we have airlines, airports, ground handling companies, aircraft manufacturers, software developers, various shops in the airport, parking lot teams, logistics management, and various shops in the airport. And these are the basic job opportunities available in and around aviation industry. Then we have certain regulatory agencies which controls the aviation, which regulates the aviation, are Immigration, Customs, Directorate General of Civil Aviation Authority, and Bureau of Civil Aviation Security. The two regulators, Directorate of Civil Aviation, these are the two major regulatory bodies, and the job opportunities are enough. When we say Directorate of Civil Aviation, they normally put regulations, procedures, how an airport can work, and a flying piloting license, engineer license, all are given by the Directorate of civil aviation. Then comes the Bureau of Civil Aviation Security. Bureau of Civil Aviation Security controls the security of airport and airline. So here also there are enough job opportunity available. Now let me come back to the airports. Airports, we have different operators involved. The person who owns the airport, initially, if you look up 5 years back, it was only the government-owned airports where, and now we have the private airports are most, like Trivandrum is also given to a private airport handling Adani Airport. Similarly, you have ground handling companies, aircraft manufacturers, software developers for the airport and airline. There are now airports are considered as a shopping malls. We have all similar to Lulu or any other shopping malls available in the city. Airports are being converted into shopping malls. When passengers wants to fly, they can come in and walk in, and they can do their shopping, leisure shopping, everything in the airport. So airport is actually equipped with so many shops which you can use it for day-to-day activities. And these are the amount of opportunities available in this industry is very, very huge. So when we look now and present, I'm in the Trivandrum International Airport. So I can see so many young people. We have outlets, different outlets. So they are working there. So my advice and my suggestion to our young people who are in this platform, please equip yourself, because you cannot come directly into this field. You require certain required knowledge to be there. Let us take, when I'm talking of aviation, hospitality, suppose you want to work in airline, you need to go through a airport management course, which is very, very primarily important. So people who are recruited by airline and the ground handling companies have to come through this course, and this course gives you a lot of knowledge and required knowledge which can help you to join this airline and ground handling companies. So let us take a small, I'll try to give an example. A ground handling company is a representative which handles the aircraft in an airport on behalf of an airline. Little more clarity on this one is that suppose an airline comes to Trivandrum International Airport. Suppose that airline has to handle that aircraft which comes to the airport, requires manpower. And a ground handling company in the airport is basically the department near the aircraft, department near the check-in area, department which can do the boarding gates, the department which looks after the equipments and its maintenance, and engineers required. So now this area, the ground handler tries a lot of opportunity, gives a lot of opportunities to the different people outside. So now what we have seen now here is that when we go for an interview and a recruitment process, we don't get enough equipped or trained manpower. When we see in Trivandrum Airport, a couple of interviews happened very recently. We hardly, when we are looking for 30 to 40 vacancies, when we do an interview for 100, 150 people, we don't get that 30 people. When we say we don't get 30 people, that means the participants or candidates who are coming here are not equipped with the required knowledge, required educational qualifications to be recruited and appointed. The basic in aviation, when we look and when we are talking about Airwing Academy, we are looking at a point where if passenger front front team is being trained from Airwing Academy. So here, when we look, the communication stands number one. People who have to be well communicate, people have to be, can speak good, communicate to the customers or passengers who come to the counters. So now here, when we go for a passenger handling process, we rarely get a good team. So this is what I would like to say to our team who are there. I know so many people are there. We can answer questions after the session. I know what this session is going to give you. I'm not sure, but what I can say, we have enough opportunity. I would like to list a couple of things in this forum about what is the investment that is going to be happening in coming years. As on date, India stands the 7th largest aviation market in the world. Now, by 2024, the global IATA, which is a International Air Transport Association, which is a organization which controls all the airlines globally, they have predicted that India will become number 3 biggest, largest market in the world, aviation market in the world. So when we talk the opportunity available now, once we are open after the COVID, now, which is presently at this moment, the international airlines yet to come, they have already started only 50 to 60 percentage of schedules which we used to operate pre-COVID level. We will come to the pre-COVID status, whereas the domestic carriers have already come to that level. 85 to 90% they have covered, and we are awaiting the Christmas, this vacation, which is going to come soon, or already initiated in Kerala, but North India, it is yet to come. And this is going to fill the airlines. So this is one level I would like to say in this platform, that aviation is going to be the key word for the coming of for job opportunities in India. And presently, from the 7th largest, we'll reach the 3rd largest. Presently, India till 2021 data, or the government data says 11.5 crore people are using airlines. That means the 8% of only 8% of Indian population is only using air transport. So whereas we have another 92% of population is untouched or untapped. So this is what, but when we say in realistic terms, we can understand the 100% population will not be able to fly because of certain economic reasons and other reasons. But definitely, as per economic survey, 40% of Indian population are able to fly or use air transport. So when we look at that angle, we have only touched 8% as on date, which is 21 or 22, about 433 crores population. So think of opportunity presently available. We are actually untapped 32% of population who can really use air transport business. So thinking in that terms, we have highly or the most fastest growing economies. We have Europe is almost is another, and Australia, India, Brazil are the countries which are growing more than 7% of the economic growth. So these are the figures what I've seen. I'm not I've taken the figures from different forums. But looking at Atmanirbhar by Government of India, like self-reliance, we have many industries. If you look at our big corporates or industrialists have launched many things which we actually lost a couple of years back. Now we are able to do it. So this growth in different industry will avail the growth of aviation and the hospitality industry. So when we look at it, I will give a small example here because we all know we have a lot of the workers who are from outside of Kerala state, basically from West Bengal, Bihar, and Assam. When we talk to those people who come to us, I was interacting with one of the worker who was I have engaged at he was asking, sir, are you working in the airport? I said, yes, I'm working there. But he understood that I work because my phone conversation, he understood I'm talking of some aircraft, and also he understood, are you working there? Yes, sir, what is the fare will I can do? He says, he is earning 1,000 rupee per day. Imagine his per day pay, what we get is a daily salary is 1,000 rupees. But he is thinking of utilizing or reducing his time to go to his hometown, Assam. The guy was from Assam. So he was thinking, and now for this I was talking about 6 months back when we have started in April. Indigo, I know all of us know Indigo, the biggest airline, which has a 47% of the travel market domestic, has put a direct flight from here to Calcutta to connect to the Far East only for our, we call it Atithi Thirdlali, all the people from outside, the workers from outside, to utilize this thing. Imagine airlines are focusing on different tiers of market segments. So this is the biggest segment which they travel a lot. They say, if I go by train, I'll be using 1,000 rupees, and I have to 3 days I will take. And if I'm taking an air, I will land in the same day, and I can next day onwards I can start working, and I'm able to earn my money. So the thoughts have changed. The thoughts, if I look 10 or 20 years back, was totally different. They used to save money. Now the thing is that let us invest more and earn more money. These are the two different thought process has been generated, and the aviation is going to capture majority of these opportunities which is going to available. The young generation who is going to definitely will love to use, as this is more easy for travel because it reduces time, it is convenient, hassle-free, and you arrive in a good shape. Good shape means you're not tired. If I'm going for a meeting, if I take a train or by surface, suppose I go to Cochin, and if I take a route, it takes 6 hours by surface, 6 hours continuous journey by a car or a train. We actually are tired during that process. If you take an airline, the half-an-hour flight from Trivandrum to Kochi, you are well prepared. Means you're not lost anything, and you're very good for the meeting or a training or anything which you're going to land there. So this is what is going to promote us. I'll also talk different things which Government of India, which is going to plan for next 10 years. From 22 on, they are going to use 91,000 crores is being planned by Airports Authority of India to develop different airports in India, in small airports. Presently, we have 150 airports which are in airstrips available, but only 100 is operational. They want to operational the 50 and add another 250 more airports during this next 5 to 10 years. So they have kept a capital of 91,000 crores, which is equivalent to $12.08 billion, which is one of the biggest only in developing airports. Think only developing airports. The opportunities when it comes in terms of job opportunity, think of number of employment required at that time. Next, I would like to bring the Tata. We all know, we all read that Air India has been acquired by Tata by paying 18,000 crores, which is equivalent to $2.4 billion, 100% owned by. They are going to rebrand, refurbish this airline to the world-class airline. I know most of us don't know Air India was a top-class airline some couple of years or some a decade or 2 decades back. It was a prime, and it was used to be most of the airline used to copy Air India. Now today, because of certain things, the Airline India is in a very bad shape. It is losing money. It's actually was a big dent for the government of India. So that's why they thought to sell it, and they sold to the right people, Tata, and the Tata is right. So think they have bought for 18,000 crores. Definitely they have not spelled out their investment in terms of buying aircrafts, acquiring new schedules to different airports. Definitely they will do double the investment of the, think of another 30 to 50 crores of 50,000 crores investment is going to happen by Tata. This is a second entity, and think of opportunities which we are going to get in terms of aviation, in airline, and cabin crew, engineering, pilots, ground crew, which is going to handle the aircraft when it's on the ground. Most of us heard about Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. He's another flamboyant market investor who is basically who has been invested another airline, Akasa Airline, which is going to start by June this year. And they have planned for 70 aircrafts, 70 aircrafts, which is going to be flying, adding into the present approximately 700 aircrafts we have in India flying right now, which is going to add another 10% more into the present fleet of Indian airlines. So think of the opportunity Akasa Airline is going to bring it by June. Now, we all know about Jet Airways, which actually stopped its operation 3 years back because of its financial constraints and many other things. Now they also been taken over by a new partner, new entity or a new consortium, which they also planning to restart that airline by mid of this year or by end of this year. Definitely, they are also going to invest a huge amount, and this is also going to open a lot of opportunity for our young generation who are waiting for the only thing. What I would like to at this moment, let us equip ourselves with the required knowledge, required actually knowledge, as well as the things which are required for this opportunities. The SpiceJet, which is presently flying, is planning to add another aircraft, which they recently had into little problems of financial issues, but they're also planning to come with new that's called sustainable fuel by 2030. They're going to be one of the airlines which is going to be fully green. Means they will not build our so this is what in terms of Indian companies which are planning. And when I say this has an ecosystem of hotels, this have ecosystem of software companies, this have an ecosystem of many other engineering departments or engineering companies, which is going to give opportunities for young people who are in the market. So Boeing, and there's two major manufacturers in the world are there. They are also looking at the opportunity which they want. The present statistics or present study says that India is short by aircrafts. Presently, we have approximately, I'm not sure of the number, it is less than 800. I believe it's 750, 760 aircraft presently. But by 25, 26, or by 2030, we will require 1,700 aircrafts or more to handle the requirements. So when we say 1,700, adding 1,000 plus aircrafts in a span of 5 to 6 years, imagine, means every year we are going to add approximately 200 plus aircrafts or 200 or aircrafts. Imagine the number of people are going to be or getting opportunity in this one. So this is something which I would like to put across to the platform or the young people who are there. Only thing, please get equipped, please get required knowledge, equip yourself with the knowledge and other requirements to be there in the front to take on this opportunity. So now when it comes in terms of airports, if you look at presently the south is mostly occupied, and the northern part and the central part of India, we have very less. Now, most of the airlines are looking at the opportunities or to start small airports in the northern part, which is much bigger than the southern part of India. So as I said, we will have approximately 400 airports, which is going to give an opportunity to the young people who are available in this platform. The UDAN scheme, which is the regional connectivity by the government of India, brought 2 years back to enhance the connectivity between the smaller cities to the hubs. The hubs, when I say it's Coimbatore, Madurai, and then small cities like Calicut, and Kannur, we have bigger airports, but they are not connected to the hub so well. So you go to Karnataka, it is Mysore, Gulbarga, all these places. So will be connected by UDAN scheme. So this is going to give, the UDAN will promote more airlines to operate in the small or the tier 3 cities. We have tier 1, tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Trivandrum, Kochi and all these cities comes in tier 2. Tier 1s are the 6 metro airports, which are considered the hub. Now, when we talk about the tourism, which is basically the main core of the aviation and hospitality industry, India ranks the 7th among the 185 countries in the world, with a GDP of 4.7 by 2020, and the contribution is going to be another contribution, $121.9 billion is going to be added in coming years. So this is, think of the tourism industry, which will open up more avenues for hospitality and aviation industry, which is going to be the core. So by saying so, I would like to say that I have given enough numbers, which is actually, this has been taken from the latest government investment or government studies, which has been put on public platform. And this is what our aviation industry is all about for next 5 years or little more. So government is very clear. Now it's only they have opened us the opportunity. As I said, only 8% of Indian population is yet all flying right now. We have the present strength says 40% population can fly, which is a middle class of our Indian population. So this is what, in a nutshell, what I would like to say, and this will speak its own volume to the platform, that what are the opportunities available in the market. We need only to tap that one, equip ourselves with the knowledge available in the market, very similar to the Airwing Academy, which is doing one of the best job. And I'm not saying that Airwing Academy called me for this, and because called me for this webinar, but what I would like to say is that we have most of the people who are working in Trivandrum International Airport, be either aviation, airline, or a ground handling company, are basically from the Airwing Academy and the smartest people we have across. To add more, we have the team behind the Airwing Academy, which is the most powerful. We have our gurus who are in this market are to guide you, to make you, equip you with the knowledge required to get the opportunities available. So by saying so, the entire team in Airwing Academy is there to take care of your requirements. So this is what I would like to say. To conclude it, what I will say that please get updated on your communication skill, and rest what you learn from the academy is more important for you. Thank you. I think I have exceeded the time. What I think, and we can go for the questions and answer session. I will hand over to Mr. Soman sir for this. Thank you so much for inviting me, giving me this opportunity. I hope I have done the justification. If not, my apologies.
Thank you, sir. That was very informative. Now I warmly welcome Mr. Soman Nair to give a vote of thanks to all the attendees who attended this webinar. Please, Mr. Soman Nair.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for this wonderful speech. വളരെ ഇൻഫർമേറ്റീവ് ആയിരുന്നു. വളരെ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ അദ്ദേഹം പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്തു. ആദ്യമായിട്ട് എനിക്ക് താങ്ക്സ് പറയാനുള്ള എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എൻ്റെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട മാതാപിതാക്കൾക്കും വന്നിട്ടുള്ള അറ്റൻഡ് ചെയ്ത മാതാപിതാക്കൾക്കും അതിൻ്റെ കുട്ടികൾക്കും ആണ് ആദ്യമായിട്ട് എനിക്ക് താങ്ക്സ് പറയാനുള്ളത്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നന്ദി രേഖപ്പെടുത്താനുള്ളത്. പിന്നീട് വരുന്നത് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ പ്രസന്റർ മിസ്റ്റർ വിജയ് ഭൂഷൺ സാറ്. അദ്ദേഹം വളരെ മനോഹരമായിട്ട് ഇത് അവതരിപ്പിച്ചു. ഞങ്ങളുടെ എല്ലാവരുടെയും ഈ സ്ഥാപനത്തിന്റെ പേരിലും ഞാൻ അതിൻ്റെ നന്ദി അദ്ദേഹത്തെ അറിയിക്കുകയാണ് ഈ വീഡിയോയിൽ കൂടെ. ഇത് കണ്ട് എല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരു പ്രചോദനമാണ് എന്ന് ആണ് ഞാൻ വിചാരിക്കുന്നത്. കൂടാതെ ഇത് വളരെ സക്സസ്ഫുൾ ആക്കിയ ഒരു ടീം കൂടുണ്ട്. ഒന്നല്ല, രണ്ട് ടീം. അത് ഒന്ന് എക്സ്ട്രീം മീഡിയ എന്ന് പറയും, വിപിന്റെ നേതൃത്വത്തിലുള്ള എക്സ്ട്രീം മീഡിയ. പിന്നെ വിസ്മയ ചാനൽ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു ചാനലുണ്ട്. അതും നമുക്ക് അനുകൂലമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ചാനൽ, ലൈവായിട്ട് അവര് ഇൻട്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ് ഈ ഏരിയയിലൊക്കെ. പിന്നീട് എനിക്ക് നന്ദി പറയാനുള്ളത് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇതിന്റെ ആങ്കറായിട്ടുള്ള ഇതിന്റെ പ്രസന്നകുമാർ സാറുണ്ട്, ഞങ്ങളുടെ പ്രിൻസിപ്പാളുണ്ട്. പിന്നീട് ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഈ ആങ്കർ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു കുട്ടി ഇപ്പം പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്തു, ശ്രുതി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. അങ്ങനെ പിന്നീട് എൻ്റെ സഹപ്രവർത്തകരെ അവർക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി ഞാൻ നന്ദി പറയുന്നു. നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം സാർ. താങ്ക് യു വെരി മച്ച് ഫോർ പാർട്ടിസിപ്പേറ്റിംഗ് ഇൻ ദിസ് webinar. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay.
With Mr. Soman Nair's comments, we are concluding the webinar. Hope to see all of you soon. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, close here. Soman sir, close here.
Okay.
Okay, sir, close here. Okay. Sir, കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്.